Bicycle accidents are the kinds of accidents where a person that is involved usually is struck by the chassis of the car, the body of the car, and thrown to the ground because their body is exposed to the car directly and they're not protected, such as somebody that's in a motor vehicle or somebody that's in a truck or something of that nature. Usually the injuries are pretty bad. Those include fractures of the legs, arm fractures, pelvic fractures, and foot injuries, and also neck injuries. I've represented several bicycle accident cases, and bicycle accident cases are the kinds of cases that, because the injuries are frequently fractures or tears of the tissue, that the insurance companies tend to take them very seriously. I have had two cases recently where the clients were riding their bicycles on the sidewalks, and yet we were able to recover from the insurance companies for their injuries. Now, there is no law in the County of Los Angeles or the City of Los Angeles against riding on the sidewalk. Many people think that it is illegal, but it's not illegal. It is legal to do so. The problem is when a person is riding on the sidewalk and then they come down into the street, into the path of a vehicle. That makes the case difficult. Both of these cases involved clients that were riding their bicycles on the sidewalk. They came down into the street where they were hit by a vehicle. In both cases we were able to recover and quite a bit of money in one of the cases because of a knee injury, because the client had slowed down before they came to the street, that it was broad daylight. If the driver of the vehicle was watching or observing before he started to make his movement from a stop sign, he would have seen the bicycle rider, and therefore the burden was on the driver of the vehicle, especially since a bicycle rider is so exposed and in such a vulnerable position. The vehicle driver had a high duty of care to make sure that there weren't pedestrians or bicycle riders who would come into his path. So in both those cases we were able to recover. I also have had cases where bicyclists have been hit by trucks on the road, and frequently we have accidents where the mirror of a large truck that sticks out will hit the bicycle rider, and the bicycle rider will be knocked down and injured. Very many of these cases we don't have an ID on the truck or the car that hits the bicycle rider, and therefore many times the bicycle rider cannot recover. But frequently the bicycle rider either has automobile insurance, or someone that they live with, a resident relative, has automobile insurance, and they can recover under the uninsured motorist provisions of that policy. So simply because the ID of a vehicle that hits a bicycle is not available doesn't mean that the client is without any remedy. We investigate to make sure that they do not have other sources of recovery, such as I said, their uninsured motorist coverage or a resident relative's uninsured motorist coverage, which they could apply to be covered for their injuries. So that is what we do when we have a bicycle accident case. We evaluate the injuries, we send them to get treated by specialists or doctors who could help them to heal, and we make sure that we get their maximum recovery.